I'm Miles Martin, showing how I grow things here in Nenana, Alaska. This is a dwarf cherry tree. Keep in mind all this was buried under snow less than a month ago. Last fall I covered the plum tree, bent it down and tied it, buried it in snow. Now it's flowering. It's not easy. It looks like this plum tree didn't survive. Crabapple is important because I can graft other apples to it. This is a new variety of crabapple that's edible, a very large crabapple. A cover goes around the base of my fruit tree so the voles don't eat the bark off under the snow in the winter. This is a new style, regular sized cherry, but it didn't know how to go dormant. I don't know if it'll survive. It is leafing out, but not blossoming. Bacon the cat helps keep the mice population down. In Alaska, it's better to raise your vegetables in raised beds because the ground is so cold. Rather than build them, I use old refrigerators and freezers that are already insulated. Large variety strawberries aren't supposed to survive our winter, but I grow them in pots and then bury them under the snow and they seem to survive. This is a huge raised bed made from 2 old truck liners that I got from the dump. All my seeds I start from scratch in the greenhouse and use heirloom seeds that I save myself every year. I have a wood stove in the greenhouse so that I can add heat in as early as April. It can be almost 0 degrees with snow on the ground and I'm already starting my seeds in the greenhouse. I try to stay away from chemicals, but I do use a root stimulator and Miracle-Gro in water with a mist on the leaves. I have an oil Toya stove set at 50 degrees, which only comes on now and then if the wood stove fails. Cucumbers are flowering already in just 1 month. I make a manure tea container, and that bag is cow manure in water for fertilizing the plants. I have a fan on a temperature timer and a window with a hydraulic automatic opener, so when it gets too hot the fan comes on, the window opens. I try to have automatic misters, drippers, sprayers, but it seems like it's easier just to hand water everything. Compost is made from my garbage in 3 separate bins so that I can flip it over and aerate it and mix it. I use old windows I can move aside so I can fill it and move things around, then put the glass back in place again. None of this costs very much. I recycle, repurpose like growing strawberries in the old freezer. I'm always learning and heard strawberries like sand and grow more berries if there's sand, so I'm going to try that this year. I'm set up to start about 100 hanging baskets of flowers I start from seed. I can sell these hanging baskets of flowers to local businesses, and this raises enough money to cover my costs for my own food I grow. When I'm traveling the river by boat, I try and collect wild plants and bring them to the yard to grow. Keep in mind, all this greenery you see has taken place in 1 month. I have a website, which is my landing page. There's a link to everything about me, my knives, my art, my books, and this is where you will find links to videos and my blogs and everything about me. This is the QR code. If you have a phone and you want to scan it, it'll go right to my site.